Alright, and welcome back to Retrospect My Fantasy, where we are currently taking a look at the Final Fantasy franchise, and we're on installment number 7. A couple of announcements. Announcement number 1, we are 12 followers away from reaching our goal of 25, earning us another 24-hour stream. And announcement number 2 is, if you scroll down and click on the link to my Twitter, there you will find a poll that I would like you to participate in if you have the want. It is to determine which of the optional characters we will pick up in this playthrough of Final Fantasy VII. Alright, so this episode is going to be a little different. And the reason it's going to be a little different is because there's some shit we got to talk about. God dang, these thieves have been giving me a lot of trouble. And so, here's what we need to talk about. Storytelling. Yeah, storytelling. So we're going to start this off by doing some grinding while we discuss storytelling in video games. Because video games are kind of unique insofar as they are an interactive medium. So, what do I mean by storytelling and how video games are unique in this regard? Well, there's effectively two different types of storytelling. There's a few more than that, but in terms of broad categories of storytelling for video games, there's two. There are something like Final Fantasy and most JRPGs, where the mechanics of the game have nothing at all to do with the storyline. And then there are, like, our random battles. Hey, Wicked, how's it going? Our random battles, which is the majority of the gameplay in JRPGs, has no determination. Got out of it last night. I made the push. I stayed up later than I really wanted to, because I didn't want to stop in the middle of that storyline, in the middle of that event. And so we're now out of Midgar. I've done a lot of grinding. We're up to level 24 on these guys. Got some more limits. But we're going to be discussing essentially storytelling in video games and why I believe that Final Fantasy VII's storyline isn't as good as nostalgia goggles make it seem. But as I was saying, the first portion of storytelling in JRPGs is like JRPG style, which is kind of passive. I mean, our random battles don't have anything to do with how the game turns out. However, then there's other games that we don't really think of as really like storytelling in any way, shape, or form, but the example that came to me while I was doing my rounds at work was Doom. Doom's story is, and we will be playing Doom far, far later on, but the basic storyline of Doom is you're a super soldier-esque guy on Mars, and demons have invaded, and you're going to kill all the demons. And that pretty much sums up the mechanics in that game, too. You run around killing a bunch of demons. The storyline and the mechanics, pretty in sync there. Now that we've got that out of the way, the Final Fantasy and most JRPGs have passive storylines. So what does that mean for us? Well, that means that regardless of how we do things, regardless of really anything, the storyline's not going to change, which isn't a problem. That means that you're essentially having a visual novel with a few interactive parts, typically being exploring the maps and fighting the battles. So, why do I think Final Fantasy VII sucks when earlier installments in the series and some later ones have the same mechanics and the same like basic storytelling method? Well, let's go back to the game we just got done playing, Final Fantasy VI, for instance. In Final Fantasy VI, there are a number of side quests revolving around all the characters. In the second half of the game, where you get to determine, or not determine, you get to find out about their backstory. This is all optional, you can choose which ones you want to do, and it's not much of a choice. You either do it or you don't, but it's there. And that is built into the mechanics of the fact that it's a side quest, so it offers a bit more. You can also get something out of it. Whereas in this, you don't really... I mean, every once in a while you get a slight flashback, but overall, the storyline in this game is from the beginning to the end. That's it. There's no, like, in-depth. In fact, most of the characters in this game are pretty flat. I will not say that every character in any Final Fantasy game is either flat or well flushed out, but just going back to some of the characters that we've had in the past, I mean, going back to 4, Terra and Rosa are far more flushed out, far more realistic portrayals of characters than most of their male counterparts. And in this game, in my personal opinion, is that the only characters that really have any real fleshing of any fleshing out are Tifa and Barrett. I mean, they're also the only characters that have any emotional weight to them. Barrett wants to protect the planet. He started a terrorist organization to do so. But he does all this because Shinra killed his wife, and he wants to make the world better. That is true. Vincent is pretty much all backstory. But he wants to make the world better for his daughter. And the entire time, everything that he does, his daughter gets kidnapped, everything is for his daughter. Tifa gave up her life in a city that we'll get to, hopefully, in this episode. Which was fine. I mean, it wasn't amazing, but... And she gave up her life to follow her childhood friend because she's actually in love with him. To a city, the big city, the rough and tumble big city. And at every turn... I disagree there. Red's backstory is that he was an experiment and that he has a grandfather who is not an ancient but is really wise and learned. I mean, we find out more about Red in the post-credits scene where he has children than we do about his past, really. Yuffie and Vincent is all backstory. Vincent doesn't have a future story. I don't recall what Yuffie's story is, but I definitely recall she's a mercenary or... But Red isn't. The fact that Red is in our party doesn't mean anything. That is what I mean by, a lot of these characters are flat. Vincent's storyline is a revenge storyline that is more explored in his own game than it's ever touched on in here. And what if they never had made, Dirge of Cerberus? Except stealing the materia doesn't help. I mean, that's just a false, she believes that even though it turns out to be false. So, I mean, that part's not her fault, but... most of the storyline, like, so most of the storyline in this game revolves around Cloud, who's lovesick for a character that we get really nothing going on, and Cloud himself really doesn't have any backstory because all of his memories are not his memories. But so Cloud is a blank slate character. You know what? That's fine. Blank slate characters are needed. But even some of the other blank slate characters we get in Final Fantasy games, Titus is a blank slate character, and he has tons of personality. I mean, it's annoying, but he has tons of personality. Aerith? It's one thing to have an amnesiac character. We've had amnesiac characters before. I mean, just look at Terra. Terra was a 100% amnesiac. Yes, the twist is that everything that Cloud knows, everything that is about him is a lie. Because he was just a soldier who was following Zack and Cloud around, or Zack and Sephiroth around. He was just part of their squad as just some random stooge with a gun. But, I mean, that's, like, we don't ever find out, like, what did he do in the world? Like, he left his hometown, became a soldier, and then was a guy. And you know what? If they just wanted to stick with the, like, the guy scenario, the basic, like, he's just a guy from humble means, you know, the generic not Final Fantasy, JRPG plot, you know, farmer from bumfuck village becomes great hero because he's actually someone of destiny, and with explanation of why he's so important later on, that's fine. I mean, how can you deny that storytelling element in the JRPGs that have sold so well? But Cloud's storyline is he left his hometown, he was a guy, and now he's a superhero. That part where he's catatonic is probably the most interesting part. But he's still a superhero. He's able to defeat... He alone stands against Sephiroth and defeats him as if he's nothing. Like, the storyline for this game falls flat. There's a lot of problems with it. The main villain, Sephiroth, is not a compelling villain. A far more compelling villain are the Turks and Rufus. The big bad corporation, Shinra. That is a far more compelling villain. And that is the main villain that we focus on, except it's not... They don't, like, go anywhere with it. And all those times that we see Sephiroth, or, like, even when he stabs Aerith, he's not actually stabbing Aerith. We don't know what actually stabbed Aerith, or what killed all those people in the Shinra Tower, because, as it turns out, Sephiroth is stuck in that... Kind of? Except he's not compelling at it at all, because as it turns out, he's stuck in an iceberg as part of Genova and has been for years. So what was he sending out? Was that, like, shadows of himself? Was it, like, the entire storyline of this game has amazing broad strokes, but nothing fills in. Like, if this was a puzzle, the border of the puzzle would be amazing. But all the stuff in the middle would just kind of be lackluster and not complete. I just have a lot of problems with their storytelling elements. I mean, especially coming off of Final Fantasy V, 6. This story is not compelling by comparison. Those characters aren't compelling. I have more... I feel more for Barrett than any of the other characters, by far. Actually, I feel a lot more for Kate Sith than I do for most of the other characters. And Kate Sith is just a puppet being controlled by... a robotic puppet being controlled by another guy. Maybe. It's just... I don't... So I loved this game back in the day. This was my introduction to Final Fantasy. But as I grew to enjoy more sophisticated storylines and storytelling techniques, this game is kind of trite. The storyline is not really all that complex. I mean, there are some complexities in it, don't get me wrong. You can't weave this narrative this awkward without having some good elements to it. But there's just a lot that I feel is missing. There's a lot that is like half explored but doesn't go anywhere. Which is, in my opinion, like the other things that they've added to it, the Dirge of Cerberus, Crisis Core, and the movie, actually help a lot in fleshing out the storyline. Although I really didn't like the ending of Advent Children. The fact that Sephiroth comes back, I really didn't like that. But the rest of the movie's fine. I just think that if this were a wave sign, like if the storytelling in Final Fantasy were a wave sign, 6 would be a fairly high point, and 7 would be on the downward slope on the opposite side. Now, it's certainly not the worst. Oh god, no. There are far worse games in both storytelling and mechanics. But I definitely don't think this is one of their higher tier games. But then again, that is just my opinion. It is completely subjective. I will not deny that in any way, shape, or form. Alright, now let's actually move forward with the storyline. So this is calm, so I'll be waiting at the end. Hurry up and get your butts there. Let's go, Cloud. Yeah, that's fine, man. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I will not... Late, I walked in here at the same time as they. Sorry to keep you waiting. I am not going to deny, like, if someone really likes this game, good on them. I mean, one of the games that I dislike the most, 8, I know some people that absolutely love it, and I just don't get it. I do not get it at all. Guess everyone's here now, so let's hear the story. You know, the one about Sephiroth, the crisis of the planet. Let's hear it all. I used to want to be like Sephiroth, so I joined Soldier. After working with Sephiroth on several missions, we became friends. On several missions? What happened on these missions? You call that a friend? Yeah, well, he was older than me and hardly ever talked about himself. So he was an aloof edgelord. See, this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. We don't really know any of these characters. After the war, it was soldiers' duty to put down any resistance against Shinra. Alright. Take it easy. That was 5 years ago. I was 16. Sure is raining hard. Hey, how are you doing? I'm alright. I wouldn't know. I've never had motion sickness. Everything okay? Hey! Settle down. They gave me some new materia. I can't wait to use it. Just like a kid. You going to brief us on about this mission? This isn't a typical mission. Good. Why do you say that? I joined Soldier to be like you, but by the time I made first class, the war was already over. My big hopes to become a hero like you ended with the war. That's why I always signed up whenever there was a big mission, kind of way to prove myself. Say, how do you feel, Mr. Sephiroth? I thought you wanted a briefing. Our mission is to investigate an old Mako reactor. There's been reports of it malfunctioning, producing brutal creatures. First, we will dispose of those creatures, then we will locate the problem and neutralize it. Brutal creatures? Where? The Mako reactor of Nibelheim. Nibelheim? Nibelheim? That's where I'm from. Hometown. Sir, something strange just struck the truck. That would be our monster. Oh, a green dragon. Alright, Sephiroth. Yep, you really killed that dragon there. Sephiroth's strength is incredible. He's far stronger in reality than any stories you may have heard about him. So where did he come from? Where do you come in? Me? I was mesmerized by the way Sephiroth fought. And then we reached Nibelheim. How does it feel? It's your first time back in your hometown in a long time, right? So how does it feel? I wouldn't know because I don't have a hometown. How about your parents? My mother is Genova. She died right after she gave birth to me. My father... what does it matter? Alright, let's go. Nice, man. I will admit it is not my favorite, but I'm going through all of them in sequential order from Final Fantasy 1 through 13, at least, without playing 11 and without doing any of the side ones like the After Years or 10-2 or the 13-2 or Lightning Returns, but did you enjoy it? Being on watch is boring. I'll come and talk to you once in a while. Just stick with it. You keep wandering around here and you'll get in trouble. The Mako smells pretty bad here. Well, let's get going then. Yo, wait a minute. Isn't that The name of Sephiroth's mother? I remember Genova. It's that damn headless spook-living thing in the Shinra building. That's right. Barrett, would you please let us hear what Cloud has to say? You can ask questions later. Tifa, I was only... Okay, Cloud, continue. The childhood friends reunite. I was really surprised with Tifa. The town was quiet. Oh, congratulations. No, maybe they're afraid of us. We leave for the reactor at dawn. Make sure you get to sleep early. So, the reason I'm going through all the Final Fantasy games right now is because I'm kind of, cutting my teeth, working through all my... everything. Any technical glitches, anything like that. Which I've got pretty much all of them figured out. Before I move on to some more popular franchises, we'll say. But I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of franchises. I've got Baldur's Gate on the list, Civilization, God, what else? Some of the Star Wars games, like the Dark Forces series, whole bunch of stuff. But Final Fantasy was what I know best, so working my way through that at the moment. I'm glad you liked it. There's in my opinion at least, I mean it's all subjective, but there are much better games in the series than 7, but 7 is a very good starting off point. All we need is one lookout, so you others get some rest. Only one lookout? Oh, and you may visit your family and friends. Heck yeah. Heard Sephiroth was coming, so I brought my camera. I want a shot of Sephiroth and a monster. Alright, fathead. Hey, this guy's a real... Are you Cloud? Really? So that's how it is, huh? It's go home, man. You are going to get yourself murdered. This is my house. It has nothing to do with what happened 5 years ago. Yo, I want to hear. Me too. It's been a long time, right? Tell us more. You saw your family, right? Alright, fine. I don't know if you'd call it a family. My father died when I was still young. That's why my mom lived alone in this house. Congratulations, man. 6? 6 is... So, I typically rate the games subjectively because, you know, I want to put my favorites near the top. But in terms of overall, like, use of the technology at the time, writing, characters, gameplay, I rate 6 very highly, and it's not my favorite. But I think it is objectively the best of the Final Fantasy franchise, so give it a whirl, and I hope you like it, man. It's good. My mom, she was a vibrant woman. Hadn't changed at all. But a few days later, she died. But when I saw her, she looked fine. Alright. Let's actually drink this coffee before it starts getting cold. Huh? Yes? Cloud? Welcome home, Cloud. Hi, Mom. Come. Let me take a good look at you. I can't recommend 6 enough. Huh. Cloud's mother reminds me of a character in another Final Fantasy game, in terms of appearance. So this is a soldier uniform. Mom, Man, he's having a serious existential crisis on this floor. Mom, or my, how you've grown. I'll bet the girls never leave you alone. Hey man, thanks! No, not really. Then we can go ahead and change that little bit of my overlay, or not even overlay, just my announcement here, to 11 more. Alright. Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate that. I'm worried about you. There are a lot of temptations in the city. I'd feel a lot better if you just settled down with a nice girlfriend. I'm alright. You should have an older girlfriend, one that'll take care of you. I think that would be best for you. I'm not interested. Are you eating right? I'm alright. The company takes care of me. Heck yeah, they do. Is that so? I know you can't cook. I've been worried sick about you. So, I've known a lot of people who have been in the military, and one thing that I have learned is they all learn to cook. Not necessarily well, but they all learn to cook. Unfortunately, I don't have any good anecdotes about some of the meals that I've seen, but I guess I kind of have one. One of my buddies who's in the military decided to make a casserole. And it was alright. I mean, it was fine. It was clearly edible, but in order to just kind of make it different, blue food coloring in a casserole. So that was interesting, I'll say. I mean, blue food coloring didn't change anything, but you know, Cloud. Is that right, Cloud? I'll always be your mother. Let's stop this. Alright. Let's barge into someone else's home. Did you go into my house? Yep. I thought you might be home. Anything to steal? Because this is a JRPG. And what happens when JRPGs is you bust into people's homes and steal everything that's not nailed down. Well, Western RPGs too, especially in the Fallout and Elder Scrolls series. Cloud, did you go into my room? Yep. Play the piano. I can read sheet music too, you know. Let's see. He plays piano worse than I do, and I don't play it at all. Though they are giving you the bars to do the part of the main music, so that's awesome. Well. Any notes? No, nothing for me? There we go. We're talking about something really important here. And Cloud is totally not a pervert who just stole one of Tifa's bras. Ooh, who's this guy? Oh, you're with Shinra. Welcome! Oh, I'm sorry. It's you, Cloud. I didn't recognize you. Hey, kiddos! Shinra? Shinra! He must be like 3 or 4. Soldier! Salsa! Are you going to kill the monsters? Are you going? Heck yeah, I am. All of them. Every single monster that has ever existed. Is that a map? Or a painting? I think it's supposed to be a painting. But the unfortunate side effects of the lower end graphics kind of make it hard to tell. Welcome. Hey, aren't you? Have I been here before? I don't remember. Now you're pissing me off. It doesn't matter, so get with it. Alright. Time to go stay the night. You sure we're here to get rid of the monsters? Yes, sir, we are. I'm Zangan. I travel in the world to teach children martial arts. Yeah! I have 128 students all over the world. In this town, a girl named Tifa is my student. Did you say Tifa? Tifa has good sense. She'll be a powerful fighter. I want to see some Shinra techniques, and if you see anything you can use, you might want to incorporate some of my techniques. Well, good luck. Oh. Dang. No fights? Heck yeah. It's all reserved for you, Shinra people, so don't mind. So I don't mind. Wouldn't you feel more comfortable staying at home? No. No. What are you looking at? The scenery. I feel like I know this place. We have an early start tomorrow. We should get some sleep soon. Yes, we should. I've hired a guide to the Mako reactor. I've heard she's young. I hope we can rely on her. No younger than me. God, dude, you are stupid. You're gonna get yourself killed. Once the guide gets here, we're headed out. Listen to me, Sephiroth, in case something happens. Trust me. I'll be alright, Dad. I have 2 men from Soldier with me. I'm Tifa. Nice to meet you. Tifa, you're the guide? Thank you. I spent a lot of time and more money than I really wanted to make sure the audio was right. The video, I got really lucky. And on Newegg, they had the Logitech 920, I think it is, on sale for like half off a few months ago. So I got really lucky on that guy. But as far as audio equipment, one of my housemates is a audio engineer. So he pointed me at the right direction on everything that I would want. But yeah, I don't mind saying that it was more money than I was really comfortable spending on just audio equipment, but I wanted to do it right. There's no problem if you protect her. Let's go. I thought of it as kind of investing in the future, because if I ever get partnered, or actually no, it's not called partnered on Twitch anymore, it's, what is it? Affiliated. If I ever become an affiliate, it's probably what I'm going to be using for a while until I can scrape up the dough to upgrade, but I want it to be set just in case. And in the meantime, if it makes my in-game chat a little better, I'll take it. Cheese! Yep, that is a really dumb picture. Great, thank you. I'll give each of you a copy once I get it developed. No, you won't. A Mako reactor was built in Mount Nibble. That... Why? 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 How, actually? That's what I want to look at this place. How did you get the equipment up there? across these rickety bridges to make that happen. I don't believe it for 1 second. Gets harder from here. Follow me. The bridge. This is one of the things that still impresses me, is the fact that it so seamlessly moves from cutscene to pseudo cutscene and being able to like move and do things with the in-game character models, and pretty seamlessly. That's, even to this day, that is impressive. Everyone seems to be alright. We'll be able to get back. These caves are intertwined like an ant farm. Oh, and Sephiroth, one person seems to be missing. It may sound cruel, but we've no time to search for him. We can't go back. We must go on. We'll travel together from here. Ooh, as everyone runs inside Cloud. What's this? A mysterious colored cave. So mysterious. Must be the Mako energy. This mountain is especially abundant in it. That's why the Mako reactor was built here. I still don't believe for 1 second. I saw how perilous this mountain is. I don't believe it. You go, Sephiroth. Get all those kills for me. Hey, I might get an attack. Oh, no, I won't. Me and my giant-ass sword. Oh, nothing there. Good to know it's there, though. Come on. All the way up. Yeah, it's unfortunate that there's no real reason to do, unless you just want to see all the spell animations, which are kind of neat, but there's no real reason to get involved with any of these fights or really explore much. Ooh, very pretty though. Especially considering the age. And what's this? A Mako fountain? It's a miracle of nature. It's so beautiful. Don't get too close. If the Mako reactor continues to suck up energy, this fountain will dry up too. Yeah, the few times that you actually control him, it is some of the better moments, because it makes him seem more real. By the way, why is it that when you use materia, you can also use magic too? You weren't soldier and don't even know that? The knowledge and wisdom of the ancients is held in the materia. Anyone with this knowledge can freely use the powers of the land and the planet. That knowledge interacts between ourselves and the planet, calling it magic. Or so they say. Magic, a mysterious power. Did I say something funny? A man once told me never to use unscientific terms like mysterious power. It shouldn't even be called magic. I still remember how angry he was. Who was that? Hojo of Shinra Inc., an inexperienced man assigned to take over the work of a great scientist. He was a walking mass of complexes. That may be the truest thing ever spoken in any game. Like, even when they call certain other characters, like psychopaths or crazy or anything like that, calling Hojo a walking mass of complexes is probably the truest thing ever said in any video game. Oh, good old Shinra. Somehow convinced a bunch of people to carry all this equipment through the mountains and caves to get it here to set up this reactor. We finally made it. We sure took a long way, though. Tifa, you wait here. I'm going inside, too. I want to see. Only authorized people are allowed in. This place is full of Shinra industrial secrets. But take care of the lady. Oh no. She's dead. Man. And petulant. Better take real good care of me then. Also, what kind of bullshit like, how are engineers supposed to get in here and work on this thing? Look at this. This is bad planning. Whoever's on the Shinra board of directors, if we're engineering these things, really needs to take a hard look at how things actually work. This is Genova, right? It won't open. This is the reason for the malfunction. This part is broken. Cloud, close the valve. Alright. Must be just a simple one-sided hand crank. Why did it break? Now I see. Hojo. But doing this will never put you on the same level as Professor Gast. This is a system that condenses and freezes the Mako energy, that is, when it's working correctly. Now, what does Mako energy become when it's further condensed? Oh yeah, it becomes materia. Right. Normally, but Hojo put something else in there. Take a look. Akuma, got it. What is that? Normal members of Soldier are humans that have been showered with Mako. You're different from others, but still human. But what are they? They're exposed to a far higher degree of Mako than you. Is that some kind of monster? Exactly. And it's Hojo of Shinra that's produced these monsters. Mutated living organisms produced by Mako energy. That's what these monsters really are. Normal member of Soldier. You mean you're different? Hey, Sephiroth. No. Was I? Oh god. Was I created this way too? Am I the same as these monsters? Sephiroth? Man, his... I hope that's at least a +1 katana, because otherwise, that thing is going to be so chipped. At least if I was DMing. Ever since I was small, I felt that I was different from others. Special in some way. But not like this. Oh boy. Well. Guess we gotta put her down. Also, its legs are red for some reason. Am I human? I didn't really understand what Sephiroth meant then. I was even more surprised that Shinra was producing monsters. Really? Really? Damn, Shinra. The more I hear, the more I hate him. Who would have ever thought that Mako Reactor held such a secret? That would seem to explain the increase in the number of monsters recently. I think we should listen carefully to Cloud. Don't you think so, Barrett? Yeah, we'll keep talking. Poking his damn nose where it didn't belong. Cloud, why don't you finish that story? I do love the fact that Barrett is essentially just a B.A. Baracus from the A-Team. It does not hold up to the nostalgia goggles. But in terms of Final Fantasy hierarchy, I'd say it's probably middle of the ground. I have some personal problems with the storytelling techniques, but overall, it is a solid representation of what a Final Fantasy game is. Tifa, were you waiting outside then? Yes. We returned to Nebelheim. Sephiroth confined himself to the inn. He didn't even try to talk to me. Then all of a sudden, he just disappeared, right? We found him inside the biggest building in Nebelheim. The villagers used to call it the Shinra Mansion. Long ago, people from Shinra used to live in that mansion. And what a mansion it is. Alright. Let's go. Let's kick some butt. The gameplay and mechanics of this game are very solid. I do wish that, like, I do wish that there was a bit more complexity to the characters aside from the materia, because they feel kind of, with the exception of your customization of the materia that they're equipped with, they all otherwise are very same. But it's kind of like a weird extension of the job class systems in 3 and 5. Like, all your characters in 3 and 5 are exactly the same until you give them a job. There's no sign of Sephiroth, but I know I saw him go into this room. Did you? Oh my gosh. A secret door. If I knew that song from Avatar, Secret Tunnel, I would have sung it there. That would have been dang near a perfect spot. Can't get in there, but I see a couple coffins with skeletons. Ah. A regular old Frankenstein. Oh, yeah. No, the technology and their usage of it still holds up amazingly well. An apparently dead organism was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum. Professor Gass named that organism Genova. X year, X day, X month, X day. Jenova confirmed to be an ancient. Jenova project approved. The use of Mako Reactor 1 approved for use. It's quite the research lab. Quite the Frankenstein, or Dr. Frankenstein lab. So in a way, I really hope that the remake of Final Fantasy VII actually gets made. Because I would love to see all of this done in like 1080 or even 4K resolution. New like static backgrounds that just right off the screen. I have no better way of expressing it than that. My mother's name is Jenova. Jenova Project. Is that just a coincidence? No. No, it's not. Professor Gast, why didn't you tell me anything? Why did you die? Well, people die when... I hope it is a timed exclusive. If it is definitely going to be on PS4, and it will likely be an exclusive. But I hope it's just a timed exclusive. Leave me alone. Let me be alone. Let me be alone. Let me be alone. All right. I guess we're going to let him be alone then. I mean, there's still some speculation of whether or not it will actually get produced. And how long it's going to take, because a game of that magnitude is probably going to take... It took them 2 years to make this one back in the day. I would expect the new Final Fantasy II to take probably 4 or 5... 7 to take 4 or 5 years. He continued to read as if he were possessed with something. Yeah, man, he has read a lot of books in just a few short days. All right, coffee. Let me into the safe. It's the only place where I can be safe. Sephiroth seems different. How so? Alright. Let's go see what our good friend Sephiroth, our mentor, is up to. We really should have sent some people down here to clean up all these bones and whatnot. Man, he put them all back too. I'm impressed. That would have taken time. Who is it? Traitor. Traitor? You ignorant traitor. I'll tell you. This planet originally belonged to the Cetra. Cetra was an itinerant race. They would migrate in, settle the planet, then move on. At the end of their hard, long journey, it was said they would find the Promised Land and supreme happiness. But those who disliked journeying appeared. They stopped their migration, built shelters, and elected to lead an easier life. They took that which the Cetra and the planet had made without giving one whit in return. They're not true. Those are your ancestors. Sephiroth? Long ago, disaster struck the planet. Your ancestors escaped. They survived because they hid. The planet was saved by sacrificing the Cetra. After that, your ancestors continued to multiply. Now, all that's left of the Cetra is in these reports. What does that have to do with you? Don't you see? An ancient named Jenova was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum, the Jenova Project. The Jenova Project wanted to produce people with the power of the ancients, or the Cetra. I am what was produced. Produced? Yes. Professor Gast, leader of the Genova Project and genius scientist, produced me. How did he? Sephiroth? Out of my way. I'm going to go see my mother. Alright, so we're an hour in, so I'm going to go ahead and go through our announcements. We are 11 more followers away from reaching our goal of 25, which will earn us another 24-hour stream. Also, welcome to everyone who has joined us. This is Retrospect My Fantasy, where we take a look at gaming franchises from beginning to end, and we are currently on Final Fantasy VII. If you want to participate, aside from in chat, there is a link to my Twitter, which has a poll, and that poll is to determine which of the side characters we will be using. Hey, it's you. You're still sane, right? And come over here and help me. It's a pretty messed up situation. I'll check this house. You check that one over there. Oh. Nope. No reason to go in my own house. Guess Mom's dead. No more spaghetti. Terrible. Sephiroth. This is too terrible. Just cutting people down. Those Mako eyes. Alright, let's go. Let's go see Mom. In this horribly constructed facility again. One-winged angel or... Papa? Sephiroth. Did Sephiroth do this to you? Sephiroth, Soldier, Mako reactors, Shinra. I hate them all. Uh-oh. What? Nobody can use a 6-foot-long katana? Except for Sephiroth, and... honestly, I'd believe Tifa could. She's badass enough. Mother, I'm here to see you. Please open the door. Sorry about that. How could you do that to Papa and the other townspeople? Bam! That... she's lucky to be alive. Come on, are we gonna help Tifa? Come on. Thank you. You promised that you'd come when I was in trouble. And here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. Blinking characters. It's actually one thing that Square has been better at than most other companies, is characters blinking in realistic time frames. And this, I'm pretty sure they just took this from Akira. Mother, let's take the planet back together. Like this cryo-frozen, super powerful thing. I've thought of a great idea. Let's go to the Promised Land. Sephiroth, My family, my hometown. How could you do this to them? They've come again, Mother. With her superior power, knowledge, and magic, Mother was destined to become the ruler of this planet. I've wanted to pick up the Akira graphic novels, but yeah, they're $25 a volume, and there's like 30 of them. No, that's exaggerating. There's like 10 of them, but still. But those worthless creatures, are stealing the planet from Mother. But now I'm here with you. So don't worry. Rips that thing. There was a weird representation of her. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. The real villain. What about my sadness? My family, friends, the sadness of having my hometown taken away from me. It's the same as your sadness. My sadness? What do I have to be sad about? I'm the chosen one. I've been chosen to be the leader of this planet. I have orders to take the planet back from stupid people of for the Sestra. What should I be sad about? The fact that I'm gonna beat the crap out of you? Sephiroth, I trusted you. Me, just some lonely person. Sorry, lowly person. No, you're not the Sephiroth I used to know. Yeah, at this point, Cloud, Sephiroth takes a crap and does more damage than you have hit points. Cloud. Oh. That's who's talking. And that's the end of my story. Wait a damn minute. That's it? No more? I don't remember. What happened to Sephiroth? In terms of skill, I couldn't have killed him. Official records state Sephiroth is dead. I read it in the newspaper. Shinra Inc. owns the newspaper, so you can't rely on that. I want to know the truth. I want to know what happened. I challenged Sephiroth and lived. Why didn't he kill me? I'm alive too. A lot of this doesn't make sense. What about Genova? It was in the Shinra building, right? Shinra shipped it from Nibelheim to Midgar. Did someone carry it out later? It was missing from the Shinra building. Sephiroth? Damn! None of this makes sense. I'm going, gone. And I'm leaving the thinking to you. Yo, Cloud, let's get moving. Sure. Let's get moving. Yo, let's go. We need to... Oh, brother. We need to buy equipment, change out... How bad was I after Sephiroth stabbed me? Some materia. And then we need to probably buy more items. The Ancients, Sestra, Genova, Sephiroth, and myself. Let's go. Barrett's waiting. What a fascinating story. Oh, Red 13. Very smart. Cloud, take this. Yep, party management system. Will put us in constant contact with each other. Well, I'll be going. And pretty soon here, we're actually going to take Cloud out of our group. Not because we necessarily need to, but for the express purposes of trying to maximize our usage of characters. Because Cloud has the first of his level 3 limits already. And a lot of people don't even have their second level 1. Specifically Eris and Red 13. Yep. Got that man's dog out of the closet. Why was there a dog in the closet? I guess we'll never know. It's locked. Dang it. But it's a treasure chest. I gotta open it. You know, I haven't seen any pots in these people's houses. That's probably for the best, otherwise I'd have to smash them or something. Ooh. It's the Peacemaker. A long-range weapon for a character we don't have yet. Battle. Fantastic. Anything up here? A couple of kids playing around. Up to no good. I better not start making trouble in my neighborhood. Okay, so we need weapons first. Yep, need one of those. You know what, we'll take it even though we don't want it. There. Alright, so got that taken care of. And what do you sell, miss? Come on. Materia, eh? Well, we need an earth. And we need a heal. And then over here, we've got another treasure chest that we can't open. Oh god, we've got plenty of potions. You know, actually we're doing pretty good for items right now. Alright, let's see how many other people have stuff we can steal from them. No, yeah, it's true. As long as we use the reactors, we can't stand up to Shinra. Hey, this lady knows the score. I'm glad someone does. That makes trying to explain it to more people a lot easier. I got my health and enough to eat, all's well. So, if you want to take things a bit further in terms of, like, environmental storytelling, they're an older couple. Don't seem to have any, like, children or anything. At least not since they moved into this house. And they each sleep on their own twin bed. They've got lots of, like, curios. Looks like a lot of maybe liquor bottles or something like that. Maybe snake oil type stuff. Alright. So. Don't need that. Mithril Claw. Heck yeah. I mean, it's a long range. But it's not that good. We'll keep our atomic scissors. Alright, so let's switch out Eris and Red 13 for the moment, so we can strip them of their materia. Okay, and then pull out our cell phone and get these people back. And do some more materia equipping. Lightning, cover, ice. Oh boy, we really need to get our healing up. And enemy skill is definitely going to be needed. Heal, earth. We already have an all that we're working on, so we don't really need that. So we'll pull up. There we go. All right. So, we're off with our all-new, super well-equipped team. That is... I mean, we were already beating the crap out of most of the enemies. So this is going to be even easier. Oh, wait. We need to go back towards Midgar for a second, because there's a really important enemy skill that we need to pick up. That actually is misnamed during its translation. In this, it's called Matromagic. But that's because of a poor localization. What it should actually be called becomes pretty apparent when it's used. Alright. Everybody... defend. Come on. Yep. Shoot us with everything you got, boys. I would just steal from them, except I've already stolen the one thing that really matters when it comes to stealing from them, which is the weapon that we have Barrett using. You know, it might as well sense, right? What's it gonna hurt? Weak against lightning, that's good to know. Come on. Use it. Thank you. There it is, Matromagic. Should really be called Magic Missile. And we got it. Also, with that, we've got Grenade Bomb, which will hopefully, this will be the last time that we need to use Grenade Bomb, so that we can move up to Barrett's next. Dang it. Oh well, guess we have to build up more Grenade Bombs then. But Matromagic, one of the most important enemy skills. And now that we've got it, it's game over, man. That's it. That's all we need. Now we can go straight to the final fight on Disc 4. Oh, that's something I haven't talked about yet. So, this was one of the first games that I recall, at least big games that came out, that was on multiple discs. I'm sure there were some before, but like this was big. You would play the game to a certain point, and then it would tell you to swap. It would go to a special screen where it stored all your information on the PlayStation's RAM until you put it in the disc to load for the second disc or the next disc when it told you to, and then it would load up and immediately ask you to do a save. Ugh, my fingers have been killing me today. Alright, so our next step is not one that is necessarily required, but I highly recommend it. Now, unfortunately, I already did something that I can't repeat because it's a one-time thing, but there is something very important that you need to do at this next buildings that we're going to enter. Ooh, and a high potion. So, here, at the Chocobo Farm, one of the things that you need to do is walk up and speak to these Chocobos. You'll get two options. Wark, which should really be Quay, by the way, or like Wark. If you just choose the first one, just Wark, they do a little dance. And at the end of the little dance, you get, if we can get a battle, I'll show you. You get your first summon, which is Chocomog. Ooh. Alright. And Chocomog is the very first summon you get. It's not incredibly powerful, but it's powerful enough. Made tiny. And got the shit kicked out of us. So, let's go back in here and take a nap. Which you can do for the measly sum of 100 gil. Which, right now, not really that big of a deal. This... I want to say there isn't a single fight out here that doesn't give you at least 100 gil. I want to say most give you around somewhere between 150 and 250, so all the money you could want. But before we actually do what our next step is, there's something that since we got Barrett's limit and Tifa's limit, I need to use them. Because, well, do I need to? We're going to attempt to build Cloud's limit up. And then we are going to attempt to do something that's kind of dumb. And then... So, what we're trying to do is we're trying to build Cloud's limit up because there's a really hard fight that's up ahead that, even with our newly upgraded equipment, we would have a pretty hard time completing. Poisona, that's good to have. What do these guys have to steal, though? That's what's most important. Come on. Keep hitting Cloud, please. Cloud, you have cover. Why aren't you covering these people, taking damage for them, and building your limit up faster? But he still has cover, right? Now we need to check. Because he should have cover. Oh god, yeah, we've got tons of money. Yeah, he's still got cover. So why isn't he covering these people? You know, we're gonna give it a shot anyway. I really doubt we'll be able to beat this SOB, but that's why I saved right outside there. But we're gonna give it a shot. Let's see if we can beat the Midgar Serpent at our current level. Well, at least they're all hits, even if they're not all the best. That's a very solid hit. Good job, man. And beat rush. I don't think we're able to do it. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do it. Just didn't hit it hard enough. And Cloud. Oh no. That's not good. No! And she has enemy skill. Nope. Yep. Dang. Oh well. I guess it's a good thing he knocked Tifa away. So close. But we also lost our progress on, for using those. Yeah, I should actually just reload, because we lost our progress on, those limit breaks. And that's not good. Because limit breaks take a long time to build up at this level. Especially when most of the enemies just die. Alright. Well. So, we're not strong enough to beat him yet. Let us do what we're supposed to do then. And I don't recall if anyone actually tells you this, but... Still want to cross the marshes? Yep. Then it'll probably be safer to get you a chocobo. That way you can zip through the marshes on a chocobo. It's the only way to avoid being attacked by the Midgar Zolom. Or the Midgar Serpent, as it's actually known. It's a serpent-like creature, over 30 feet tall. It detects the footsteps of anyone in the marshes. And then, bam, it attacks. To avoid that, buy a chocobo at me and Choco Billy's Choco Farm. That's kind of an odd sentence. To purchase a chocobo, please talk to my grandson. He's in the chocobo stables at the far right of the farm. Will do. But we gave that Midgar Serpent quite the fight, even if we weren't able to pull it off. Do you want a chocobo? Yes, sir. You old folks are out of luck. Old folks? We're all out of chocobos. I'm taking care of the ones out there for someone else. You know, if you really want a chocobo, you should get out there and catch one. Want to know how to catch a chocobo? Sure. They always appear with other monsters, but you won't be able to catch it because of the monsters. That's why you must defeat the monster first before you catch the chocobo. Okay. They're really cautious. They'll run away from the smallest thing. But if you use greens, they'll focus on them and they won't run away. Alright. Sure, why not? We have the money to spare. We weren't to buy some green either. Oh, and how fast a chocobo will finish eating depends on the type of greens you feed them. Yep. $21? Does that sound good? That seems like a lot. Let's... Yeah, 20 sounds good. Alright, we're still doing fine. Now, so what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to run on these chocobo tracks to get a chocobo to show up in a random battle. Or we could use the choco lure. Nope, we are going to use... Oh, dang. Oh well. No, we don't need the water kick. Hey, got one. Yeah, we'll save Barrett's for... Ooh, hot springs. Thank you, sir. Alright, so that's it for those guys. And more high potions. Always love high potions. For battle. Wait, where's our lure? I bought the lure, right? Or am I just blind? Oh, it's a... I bet it's a key item, isn't it? No? But I don't have any slots open. I don't really need... Yes, it is. Good job. That's what 20 years since playing this game does to you. Remembering that I bought it, but couldn't find it. Not that it's any sort of guarantee that you're gonna find one at all. I've ground out here for like half an hour before trying to get one of those giant birds to show up. Oh, come on. We need yet another one? Barrett, you disappoint me. How many times do I have to use that skill before you'll get the next level 2? I mean, I've already got your first level 3. Ah, here we go. Where is it? On the chocobo. All right. Let's hope we can kill these elephants? What? But we threw it a green! BS. I call BS on that. That's fine, though. Yeah, no, they are fickle. I think that's the word I want to use. I have on many occasions. Yeah. Gotta use it right away. That's fine. Eventually we'll be able to kill these handed ostriches. I don't know if there's really any better way to describe them than that. We'll be able to kill them in a single hit, eventually. So we'll just run back and forth until we can just kill them in a single blow. And then that'll be it. We'll be good. Ooh, I know we can kill that little guy in a single hit. Alright, and you, sir, and then you. Come on. Dang it! Why is... I literally bought the most expensive green. Why is it only lasting a single turn? Maybe it's only lasting a single attack phase because we don't have very high speed stats. Which one did I... God dang it, really? Fine, fine. We'll just kill all the birds. All of them. Until there's only one chocobo left, and then we'll jump on it. Also, Barrett needs to be out of sadness. And Tifa needs to be out of fury. Most manic depressive characters ever. Good job, Cloud. You actually took one for a character. I might have to go and buy more greens. Also, just take a look at this for a second. Where's... Where did I put it on? Look at... That thing has 4 total levels. It takes 3,000 experience for its first level. That thing takes forever to level up. It's ridiculous. And the worst part is we actually kind of need a chocobo. Actually, we will need many chocobos later. Come on. Burn it down. Nope. It's still gonna be... Not gonna get it. Oh, maybe, maybe? Yeah! We got ourselves a chocobo. Chocobo will escape whenever a player dismounts. Yep. So... What we kind of want to do is wait for that bastard to leave. Bam. Got it. Alright, so let's get some healing in then. And get rid of this sadness again. Alright. Did Sephiroth do this? Probably. Well, let's get moving. No big deal. Alright, let's see how much of this I remember. Probably not enough. I could probably take the lure, the Choco lure off, but that's actually one that you want to level up, like, as quickly as possible. Because you really want to have that guy maxed out when it comes to the point when you're ready to do chocobo inbreeding. When you have to catch the biggest, baddest chocobo to win the race. Which we're... Let's see here, we've got to do Nibbleham, and then the Rocket, I believe, is the next thing after that, and then we get to go to Golden Saucer for the first time. I think that's right. Long range. Put that on a weapon, and now you can be in the back row. And not have to worry about anything. Ooh. That had to hurt. I mean, I've like had like my arm hair singed off and stuff like that from fires and barbecues and whatnot, and that hurts enough. I can't imagine actually being bathed in fire. Oh, come on, Cloud. You're better than that. Maybe not. But hey, long range. It's a very, very good piece of materia. If only I wasn't completely full up on other super awesome stuff. Ooh, these guys. Also, I should be stealing like crazy. How could I forget that I need to be robbing every enemy blind? Good job, Barrett. And heck yeah, Mind Source. Come on, alright. Meteor Rain! It's like Chocolate Rain, except, meteors. Nice. Alright. It's best early on. But we now have until the very end of the game. Oh, not the very end, but until near the end of the game, we are now done with Cloud. I mean, that's not entirely true, but... And the reason we were done with Cloud for now is because we got his last... We got his last limit until we can earn his level 4. So, we are going to switch him out with... What? They won't let me switch him out yet? Dang it. Oh well. So now we are actually going to switch him over to a purely, if that's the case. Let's remove all the materia. And we're going to switch Cloud over to a purely... God, long range takes a lot too. So cover... Thought I had a restore that actually had something. Oh, I guess it's that one. Or do we want restore all? We definitely want Choco Lure on. Enemy skill Steel. And then we'll give Eris or Tifa. So what happens is in between each of these... Yeah, we'll do... Is that the one I want? No, that one. In between each of these episodes, I do a fair amount of grinding. So what happened was... we were in the middle of... Elemental poison weapon. Sure. We were in the middle of... God, where were we? Long range all. That doesn't do a goddamn thing. So we'll swap out these. So we were in the middle of Midgar with just Eris and Cloud. So getting into those fights, Eris isn't certainly going to kill very many things. So Cloud earned a whole lot of kills. I mean, heck, I even have... Nope. I even have Barrett's first level 3. And actually, now that he has long range, let's go ahead and move him back. Because he doesn't need to be in the front anymore. Not these guys again. Oh well. Who are you? Yep, they're the Turks. Well, if you know, then this won't take long. It's difficult to explain what the Turks do. Kidnapping, right? To put it negatively, you could say that. But that's not all. That's not all there is to it anymore. Yeah, now you're also thugs and assassins and a bunch of other stuff. Sir? It's alright, Rude. I know you don't like speeches, so don't force it. Then explain, Ilana. I'm the newest member of the Turks, Ilana. Thanks to what you did to Reno, we're short-handed. But, because of that, I got promoted to the Turks. Anyhow, our job is to find out where Sephiroth is headed, and to try and stop you every step of the way. Wait a minute. It's the other way around. You're the ones that are getting in our way. Ilana, you talk too much. Mr. Seng? No need to tell them about our orders. Sorry, Seng. I thought I gave you your orders. Now go. Don't forget to file your report. Oh, right. Very well. Ruda and I will go after Sephiroth, who is heading to Junon Harbor. Yep, doesn't seem to understand. Oh, right, I'm sorry. Go. Don't let Sephiroth get away. Yes, sir. Reno said we wanted to see you after the injuries you gave him healed. He wants to show his affection for you all with a new weapon. Because the reason why I earned that so quickly is because the first one of each rank is based on the number of kills that that character gets. And it's something like 350 to get Meteor Rain. But when you can kill a bunch of enemies in a single hit, she isn't with us. She's with the others. Oh, then give her my regards. And I think Eris earned a grand total of like 15 kills in that whole time. Good job. Get your steel on, Cloud. You don't have anything. Oh, they don't have anything to steal. Is that an enemy? No, it's not an enemy skill. That's bogus. Yeah, Cloud could use a healing. But Tiff and Barrett are still doing just fine. So what's going to happen is, in between today's episode and tomorrow's episode, I'm going to do my best to get Barrett and Tifa their last limits up until they're up to their level 3s, switch them out for Eris and Red 13, and get all of theirs. Nope, let's come back down here, because that's actually where we need to go. An elixir and a high potion. I like those things. Those things are nice. Although we are getting pretty close to having all of our high potions. So I don't know how much more we... I guess I could find out easily enough. So entering the item menu. $28? No, okay, we got plenty to go. That's good. God, would you stop hitting Cloud? I mean, I guess putting cover on him doesn't really help that much. Is that any skill? Yes, it is. Thank you. Alright. And then there's this darned Cobra, which may actually just be a very small Midgar Serpent. Okay. Moving on. Come on. There you go, Cloud. Alright, we made it to the other side. Alright, so... Ooh, look at this guy. This guy looks kind of tough. Except he didn't actually do any damage. Just fine, because I believe he just set up for an attack. Come on, steal. Or not. We're going to need to find somewhere to take a nap. But that is for me when I'm grinding. In the meantime, we're at 1:55, an hour and 55 minutes in, so we're going to go ahead and call it a close for tonight. I would like to thank the many, many people that joined us tonight. We had Randall Bobandy, Cracker, Wicked Gamer Dude, and we had a bunch of other people that dropped in. Federlin, thank you for dropping by. I want to thank you guys for dropping by, taking a look, participating in chat. Just a couple announcements before we actually close out for tonight. We are still 11 followers away from reaching our next goal of 25, at which point we will have a second 24-hour stream. Also, we have if you go scroll down on my page just a little bit, you'll see a link to my Twitter. If you go there, there's a poll that's been pinned up, so it should be the very first thing you see. That poll is for whether or not we're going to get any of the optional characters and which ones. So I would love to see you guys grab a hold of that. Beyond that, we will continue our stream tomorrow at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, I want to thank you all for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful night.